Spark. Here we have a gorgeous lady, a lifelong coach, a builder, a shaper, and a confidence builder, a leadership skill builder. And what I say about her is really less. So I welcome Brenda here in my show to spark, and I hope she will spark very well in my show. And I will ask her that she introduce herself for that our audience can know about her.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Amadia. Thank you for this opportunity, and it's really nice to be here. So, everyone, I'm Brenda Sarah O'Neill, and I am the CEO of the Women in Action Leadership Series, Inc. In the corporate world for 30 years, and I'll tell that a bit more after with my story. And I left the corporate world and decided to open up my own company. So I became an entrepreneur. So what I do is I train, I coach women to help rid themselves of fear, to help build themselves so they become more confident, to enter into the world of leadership. So give my heart and my soul to supporting the ladies that I train, I mentor, and I coach. So to help them have a much future and a much better life. I also live in Ontario,
Great. It
Canada, the beautiful country of Ontario in Canada.
nice. I would love to learn and ask about the leadership roles and the leadership from you. Basically, for my first question is about leadership. What does leadership means to you? I would definitely love to learn and ask about the leadership.
Sure. What does leadership mean to me? Well,
Yeah,
as a woman, I've been very fortunate and blessed to have been in the world for 30 years as a leader. And I continue to lead today through my programs and coaching. And one thing that I can definitely tell you is leadership is so much more than just a position and so much more than just a title. Leadership to me is about inspiring and empowering women so that they can reach their full potential in their lives. And being a leader, you're also a guide and you foster collaboration. And important to me that I create a safe space for all women, a space where they feel that they can share their ideas and their thoughts, not take any risks. Leadership is also about resilience. It's about being able to pop back when things go wrong. It's about being adaptable to whatever situation you're in. When you're the leader, you that wants to make things happen. And times are changing in the world today, as we know. We're living with a lot more chaos. We're living with a lot more noise. And leaders are needed more than ever to help people move forward. Also, I believe in leading by example. I always said I would never ask my team to do anything that I wouldn't do myself.
great.
Because, and it's also important to share, like, I also like to share vulnerability because we're all vulnerable and leaders aren't perfect. And I'm not perfect, but I've learned from every challenge
Great.
and leaders do. So,
It means I are shaping more leaders.
yeah, we're actually starting to see more female leaders. And the big part of really what I do as well is, and that's become a challenge for me, is to help increase the percentage of female leaders that exist in our world today. Because in our world, only 32%, only 32% of the senior managerial positions today are held by women. And I mean, there's a lot of reasons behind that. There's still a lot of old age thinking, that thinking that women don't do the job, or women aren't strong enough, or women will just lead by their heart and they can't make those tough ones. As well as women are also dealing with societal. Women are expected to be at home, to take care of the family. Some people think that balance a home life and a career. But I
The hello. I
Hi.
just got hi. I just got disconnected, but we are live right now, and I would
Okay.
love to go towards my second question from you. And it was really
Yes.
an honor to know about leadership and your thoughts about it. Would you like to tell me? We often hear that people are born leaders. Brenda, do you think this is a fact or just a myth?
My personal opinion is that that message is a myth, because while some individuals, some people, right, they may possess like certain characteristics, like they're a good listener, they're a good communicator, they show empathy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be a great leader, because true leadership to me is cultivated, and it's cultivated through experiences, and those experiences, whether they're good or they're bad, they help make us who we are, and they help make learn. So true leadership to me has to have a desire, like, to serve people, and a desire to help and serve others, to me, is a true leader. And leadership can rise from any background. Anybody listening today, anybody can be a leader, but they also have to be nurtured along the way. They have to be mentored. They have to have the ability and want to go on to be a leader, because leaders want to inspire, right? We want to inspire people, and we want to
Great.
inspire all women around us. So I would say also one more point would be that not everyone wants to be a leader, right? And that is good, because in order to be an impactful leader, you also have to have a good team. And that's what a leader does. A leader builds that team. So there's a place for everyone, in the workplace. Unfortunately, I can't hear you again. I'm having trouble hearing you again.
Oh, internet here is glitching a lot. That's why it's disconnecting again and again. I hope you're listening me now very well. I just stayed.
I can hear you.
Oh, thank God that you can. Okay, I was just asking you about that you are an entrepreneur and a leadership coach. So, would you love to tell about that if the entrepreneurship and leadership is so close to each other?
You want me to talk about what leadership is again?
Oh, I am asking about entrepreneurship and leadership side by side, so close.
Oh, an entrepreneurship and leadership.
Yeah.
Okay. And how they work together.
Yes, that
Okay.
you are working both on one time, so that's why a question pop up suddenly in my mind. Would you like to say something about?
Oh, sure. I mean, with with the entrepreneurship, starting my own business, definitely, um, there was a happened in me. Like, everyone has a story, right? Everyone has a story.
Yeah.
So what changed with me was that being in the corporate world, as I mentioned, for 30 years, passion to lead and that passion to help other women. Also, what I saw for me was the fact that seeing such a low percentage of women who were in senior positions in the world, in the workplace, that became pain in my side for me. It became one of those things that haunted me as to why are women, not looked upon as being leaders. So that weighed heavily on me. My change came and my passion, not only through my career, but also when the hit, when the pandemic hit a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
all of the world, right, thrown into turmoil. And business definitely was turned into turmoil. My business that I work for an organization, a profit and loss business. So our revenue plummeted, everything changed. So my job also changed. I had to take more and more work, and I started to lose my spark in what I was doing. So it was at that time, came to my mind at that time, is that mentally, physically, passionately, I was ready for a change.
Great.
So I took 6 months off, and actually I started my own company during that six. I also became a certified psychology coach because I could see where the study of psychology could definitely help me further in understanding women and challenges and what they need to move forward. So I did that. I became a certified trainer. I was blessed to be engaged twice to
Great.
speak on women in leadership and why the world needed more women in leadership. So my pivotal moment definitely was understanding what I saw in the corporate world. I felt there's definitely a need for more women. Women, we lead differently, and we can talk about that later. We lead differently than men. And so that's how my path came. This was actually seeing what I saw in business, realizing that women can do a lot more. The world needs more female leaders. And guess what? I'm going to start that movement.
Great.
So that's what I've been working on for the last year and a half. And I have many women that I've coached, actually over hundreds of women
Great.
throughout my career. So I take all that experience and that knowledge with me for what I'm doing today. So that's my new passion and
Oh,
my light
your journey is
to
very
help women.
impressive. It means that in your journey, how have you seen women transform leadership spaces differently than men? Because we already heard, and we often see that if there's something about leadership, we often choose men. So, how you look at differently, and what can
Um,
all leaders, regardless of gender, learn from this shift?
yes, that's really a really good question. It really is, because there's definitely a difference in how men and how women lead. Throughout my career, my ongoing career, I've witnessed these differences in women have a tendency to be more empathetic. We care more. That's our nurture of us. We're stronger collaborators. We want to bring more people together. We want to be more inclusive. Diversity was very important to me. Helping diverse leadership come into the company was very important to me. And women want to foster that environment where everyone feels valued and everyone feels respected. Because to me, women are stronger and women are stronger relationship builders because we recognize the importance of that emotional intelligence that we all need. And I found too that women leaders, they advocate more, I mentioned earlier, for diversity in the workplace and that equity. Because still to this day, a woman's wage is quite a bit lower than men, right? Typically, a woman makes 70 cents an hour for every man. And this is a lot different in other countries as well. So regardless if you're a man or a woman, I think that all genders can learn that this shift to be more empathetic, to understand people, to bring diversity and collaboration is an area where both male and can work together. And when they do have this diversity in leaders, I believe we're going to see a much more open, workplace. And I see, believe, will not see as many of these individual silos that we see. This person just does that, but they're not going to take their learning and share it with somebody else. So, working together, I feel male and female leaders will definitely build that inclusivity, and we'll see more openness. And women bring a whole different dimension to the workplace. And I'm hoping that happen for more women by putting my heart and my soul into helping women lead more and be recognized also
Great.
as their capable.
Great. So, impactful leaders often walk a fine line between showing strength and showing vulnerability. How do you practice this balance, and why is it so critical for inspiring others?
Mhm. Well, I believe that showing strength, period, showing strength isn't just about showing your authority. And because it's also about having that courage, right? To be real, authentic. Because transparency is that's what's going to foster trust. Trust is so important in leadership because it'll help open up more communication between us, our employees, fellow leaders. For an example, with me, I share my challenges with my team. I have shared my setbacks with my team. I don't only share the wins because I think with a true leader, every win is not only your win, is a team win. I also create a safe space for women to speak their minds. And I think also when we show as leaders that we're vulnerable and we don't know everything. Some leaders may think they do, but we don't know everything. But when we show that we're vulnerable, I think that brings our human side to everyone. That hey, to be imperfect. We're not going to be perfect all the time. And it also humanizes leaders as we're real, we're people, just like everyone else. So I think the cultivation of support, um, that openness is going to show that we are vulnerable, but we have the capability to help and make a difference in the workplace and in people's lives. So it's that blend. You need that blend of strength, and you also need that blend of vulnerability. And because that's where I see you're going to see the most strong relationships. And we'll also see our employees willing to take risks because no one's going to risk if they feel that they're just going to be looked down upon, or that they're a big problem. So it reminds me that every true and honest leadership is being authentic ourselves. We have to be who we are with no pretense, but with that total desire and that want and wish to help others move forward as we move forward with them.
Wow. It's really an inspiring and lovely thought that you love to work for women to accommodate them and to give them that confidence to work, to lead, and to spread the positivity and value. Great. I'm really impressed, Brenda. I'm really impressed. So
Okay.
I would love to move towards my next question, and that is, if leadership in the decade, like we are here now, AI is at its boom, technology is at its boom, but what does if leadership in the next decade is going to look very different from today, more human centered, more global, more digital? What qualities do you believe future leaders must start cultivating now?
Hmm. Very good question. So very, and and it's such a very true question as to what's happening. I think
Yes,
there are several areas that leaders have to step forward in and work towards. The first one I'd probably say is emotional intelligence. I believe I believe strongly that people, leaders have to practice empathy and have more empathy for their people and more understanding of they are, where they're from, what's their connection. Because by recognizing, I feel, the diverse needs, because we have such a diverse population and globally we're so diverse. And our workforce will become more and more diverse as time goes on. And the fact, too, that we're dealing with more chaos, more noise, and people today are also very lonely because of the changes that are happening. Where I think empathy really, to me, has always been one of my true guides for my leadership. I think leaders have to continue to be very adaptable because we're in a time of chronic change. And leaders have to learn how to pivot more. A great example of that was the pandemic.
true,
All leaders weren't, all businesses were involved. Businesses changed. We had to go from this. And I think that true leaders of tomorrow will have to continue to understand that times are changing so quickly, they have to pivot. And not only did they have to pivot, but they also have to discuss these changes with their employees. So adaptability will come into there as well. And especially as you mentioned, all the technological changes, there's so much technology today, and that's impacting our global dynamics. It's impacting our dynamics as
great,
individual.
true,
And also there has to be that cross cultural competence, I'd say. Again, it's learning about other people, and people are diverse. There's a lot of diversity in the world, and how can we them together and help them communicate? We have to communicate more. Big lack of communication in the world. We see it with
true,
what's happening every day, right? So digital literacy, we all have to become more digital. And that was a big learning area for me as well, because every leader has to be comfortable with technology, and they have to be able to leverage technology, because without that they're not going to have the engagement that they need throughout the world. I feel it's always important to have been a visionary thinker. You have to know what your vision is. And what is your vision for your company, your team? What is the vision of your school that you're going to? So leaders are everywhere, but they have to have that vision, and they have to have that capability of when change is needed and recognizing when change is needed. And I think, and certainly not the least of it, but I'd also have to say sustainability is really important. Um, we have to be committed to social responsibility as leaders. And then we have to take along with us, and having them ensure that they're open to sustainability and what can they do and what else is left to do in society that people will survive. So I feel by nurturing new qualities all the time, and we have to nurture new qualities all the time, because unless we do that, we're going to be left behind, and leaders will be left behind. And with leaders, people are not going to move forward. So we have to learn to navigate those complexities and totally understand and keep on top of what really is going on in the world today, and how can I make that difference.
Very nice. Claps for you. And it's absolutely right. The digital literacy and the connectivity is very important to make it closer and to share our thoughts to make the things more easier rather than being distant. And it's really lovely to learn and know all these things about the leadership, about the roles and the coming decade challenges from you. So uh, it's my pleasure. I would love to ask something a little fun, a little bit about real Branda and aspect of task and leadership, coaching, mentorship. What does you do in your me time? I would love to ask that you have a busy schedule. What do you do to relax, stay focused, and have fun?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's important fun, right? Everybody has
Yeah, it's really
so much that we're dealing with every day in our lives. It's important to have fun. Um, with me being the busybody that I am, I schedule my me time, and if I don't have it in my calendar, I'm not apt to do it. When I was dating my husband, I even scheduled dates,
great.
or dates to go out in my schedule. I told him to put them in his schedule to make sure I was there. So I do schedule my me time because we all need to have that, I'd say, stress release. We need to have those laughs. We need to have those fun. We need to be able to leave that heavy concentration that our minds go through all the time, leave it behind and have fun. But for me, I do practice mindfulness. I always have. And since I was in university. And I've taken mindfulness throughout my life, and I've taken it into my work and into my team and into my coaching, because I believe, like in breathing, I find if I'm really feeling like I'm getting, my head's going to blow off, too much is happening at one time, I will take that time take, and take that deep breathing. I also like to do a body scan. That is just where you lie on the bed, your back, you have your eyes closed, and then I do like a body scan. I start at my head, all the way through my body, and if I feel stress or tension, like say in my neck or my shoulders, then I'll do that movement. If I feel my legs are feeling like heavy, I'll do some leg exercises. So I do a lot of body scans.
Wow.
I also believe in
There is a
gratitude.
lot of positivity even in your me time. You filled it
Yeah,
a
even in
lot
my
of
time.
positivity. Great.
Yeah, that's what helps me keep going, right? And I take a lot of gratitude moments, and I find that makes me feel happy and complete. You know,
Great.
I wake up every morning and with gratitude that here I have an opportunity for another day. And I believe if you start your day with gratitude, we all have so much, you know,
Yeah.
to be gratified for. Other things I do, I exercise. I go to exercise classes twice a week. Again, I put that in my schedule so that nothing can take the place. I love to dance. Every hour, I set my alarm when I'm in my office for full days, and I get up and I dance. I just love the movement. I love to dance. Music. I really enjoy live concerts. See
Great.
these phenomenal, artists. To see them live. I enjoy live theater too.
It's
I
really
think it's so.
lovely to talk with such a lively person. It's great, and I am really happy that you are such a positive person, and your life and even the fun time is really filled with not the scrolling, but the real positivity, the real me time. It's really lovely me
That
time.
is,
And
yeah,
actually,
there is a real,
actually, this is something behind your actual mentorship, that you give yourself a big courage and energy and
yeah,
energy.
it does.
Great.
Dancing gives me such energy, and I love to read, but I'm a real romantic. I'm a real romantic,
That
so I read romantic books. Before I light read. I feel I do enough during my day that's heavy thinking, and heavy concentration. So
yeah.
I really enjoy light reading. I'm fortunate to live on the water where I live. So we have a boat. So we'll
Yeah,
often
yeah,
go
yeah.
out
I
to.
have seen that you shared a picture where I commented too.
Oh
That was
yes,
a really
yes,
lovely and calm place. I love your place.
yeah. I like fishing, even though my fish that I've caught have always been very tiny. I just love it. So
Great,
I I'd have to say, in summary, I'm a woman who believes in working hard, but I also believe in my passion, and I believe, but I've also got to play, because unless I play and have fun, I won't be bringing my best me
great.
coaching
And
client.
that's how you transfer your booming energy towards others in your mentorship, in your leadership, and in your coaching skills. Great. Okay, at the end, I don't want that this conversation get end, but I have my last question from you. That if tomorrow a young leader asks you, what one piece of wisdom should I carry with me for life? What would your legacy message be for him?
Oh my gosh, I would have so many messages, but I think to pick one, I would have to say, stay curious and keep learning, because the world is changing so much. Everything changes so much. And we have to take that time to embrace growth. And so I would say, stay curious and keep learning. Never stop learning.
Great,
We learn from each other so much. And I've made it to a part of my passion where I take a different course every quarter, a course or a course online or a different course, because I find I'm always learning, right? New things. So the minute I think we stop learning, to me, it's almost like you stop living, because you don't really see what is really out there for you. Yeah, I go with that.
great. It's such a simple but core message for everything in your workplace, in your personal life, in every aspect of life, that you just have to take care of yourself first of all, then that you can take care of everyone in your life and around you. Great. Thank you so much, Brenda, to give me your precious time. I'm really happy and excited, and actually, I'm feeling like don't stop this conversation here, but right now we have to move forward, and inshallah we will connect again later on. Thank you so much
Right.
to be part of this sparkling show and add more spark to this episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been very interesting. Take care.
Take care. You
Bye.
also take care. Bye. Allah Hafiz.
Bye.